On the last Sunday of October, the Church celebrated the Solemnity of Our Lady of Palestine in Deir Rafat. The 15th Ordinary General Assembly of the Synod of Bishops on the theme of youth came to a conclusion. The Apostolic Administrator of the Latin Patriarchate of Jerusalem stressed the importance for the young people of the Holy Land. An agreement has been signed between the Christian Media Center and EWTN that will make the contents of the Holy Land accessible to Poles. The world premiere of the video CATECHISM of the Catholic Church at the Pontifical Gregorian University in Rome, a project that also saw the participation of the Christian Media Center. The custody of the Holy Land pays homage to the first Pope, St. Paul VI, a pilgrim in the land of the Fifth Gospel, in our special inauguration of the exhibition to celebrate the canonization that took place in October in St. Peter's Square. Hundreds of faithful from all over the Holy Land gathered in Deir Rafat to celebrate the Feast of Our Lady of Palestine. Many priests and religious who make up the Christian mosaic of the Holy Land, as well as hundreds of pilgrims, took part in the Mass celebrated by the Apostolic Nuncio, Monsignor Leopoldo Girelli.
It's a great joy, because in this
It is great joy to be gathered and to feel unity despite obstacles and barriers. Our Lady brings us together and brings us great joy.
Together, it's a great joy.
The celebration was held in the monastery built in honor of Our Lady Queen of Palestine, an opportunity to receive Mary's protection, experience divine mercy, and declare love for the patroness of this land.
In questa festa noi chiediamo la protezione della Madonna, la pace soprattutto.
During this celebration, we ask for the protection of Our Lady, for peace in a special way, and justice for the inhabitants of our countries. This year, in a special way, on this closing Sunday of the special Synod of Bishops for Youth, we want to pray for youth and at the same time launch what we have called the March of Families. That is, families commit themselves during the whole year to march together, to walk together on a journey of 15 pastoral meetings in which we will try to deepen and strengthen our Christian family by taking example from the Holy Family of Nazareth.
Dove cerchiamo di approfondire e di rendere salda la nostra famiglia cristiana all'immagine della famiglia di Nazareth.
The songs of the celebration were sung by the Bet Sahur Shepherds Band. The melodies gave even more beauty to the celebration and allowed those present to live the day dedicated to the Mother of Jesus with intensity. In his homily, Father Hanna Caldani, Patriarchal Vicar of Nazareth, spoke of the place that the Virgin Mary must have in our hearts and of the love she has for all of us. In his homily he said, "O Mother, let me kiss your pure hands that held baby Jesus. I also kiss your pure feet, which walked the path together with Saint Joseph carrying baby Jesus, seeking shelter in Egypt, fleeing persecution and oppression."
هربا من الظلم والظالمين.
العذراء أمي وأمك وأم كل مسيح في هالبلد والابن بيحكي لأمه همومه.
Mary is our mother, my mother, your mother, and the mother of all Christians in this country, and her son confides his concerns and joys to his mother, and today we entrust everything to Our Lady, our joys and sorrows. Our Lady, help the Christians of the Holy Land not to lose hope, because if we lose hope, we lose our faith and we live in sorrow. We love this land, because for those who believe in the Lord, it is the land of Jesus and Mary.
نحن نحب هذه الأرض لأنها أرضنا، لأنها أرض السيد المسيح، أرض العذراء.
After almost a month of intense work, the 15th Ordinary General Assembly of the Synod of Bishops on the theme Youth came to an end. During the closing Mass on Sunday, October the 28th, in a gesture of welcome, Pope Francis affirmed that the Church wishes to lovingly listen to youth, confirming that their lives are precious, to walk alongside youth and not consider them as an object of study. One of the members of the pontifical nomination was the Apostolic Administrator of the Latin Patriarchate of Jerusalem, Bishop Pierbattista Pizzaballa, who commented on the challenges and hopes of the young people of the land of Jesus.
La cosa bella è che comunque ci viene detto innanzitutto che I giovani.
The nice thing is that youth of the Middle East live an experience similar to that of many other young people in the world. Persecutions and social problems do not exist only in the Middle East. This helps to give us the right proportion of things. Thus, we cannot lose the confidence we need to have, and by working for Christian unity, we will have all the strength and energy to build our future.
L'unità della comunità cristiana avremo anche tutta la forza e l'energia per costruire il nostro futuro.
Using the passage of the disciples of Emmaus as a guideline, the final document of the Synod was approved on the afternoon of October the 27th in the meeting room of the Synod. Welcomed by applause, the text was handed over to the Pope, who authorized its publication. Among the topics that were discussed was the life of youth at school and in the parish, human sexuality, the presence of women in religious communities and decision-making situations, the phenomenon of migration, recognition and reaction to any kind of abuse, in addition to the family as the first community of faith. A synodal process that was not ended in the days of meetings but should continue in the individual churches and episcopal conferences. As a part of the singularity of each local reality, we hope to translate this document into practice, which contains many things. Naturally, the content is general because the Synod takes care of young people all over the world, not just of a specific country. We hope that the document will translate into our real life. It will be an opportunity to speak in various meetings with young people in pastoral visits. I think there's a lot of curiosity to know what the bishops did in the meetings for a month. I think it's interesting. For 25 days, 267 synodal fathers and contributors from different countries worked on the elaboration and conclusion of the final document. And there is something new for the Holy Land. During the Synod, the head of the UCAT Arab Foundation and coordinator of the Patriarchal Office for Youth Ministry, the Maronite representative Monsignor Tawfiq Bouhadir, announced an international ecumenical meeting of youth, which will be held in Lebanon from the 22nd to the 26th of March 2019. Wrocław in Poland is the administrative center, economic and cultural capital of Lower Silesia. With about 640,000 inhabitants, it is the fourth most populous city in the country. It is steeped in more than 2,000 years of history and was built on 12 islands. For this reason, it is considered the Venice of the North. Religious, like the rest of Poland, Wrocław has the privilege of being part of a country that has given birth to many saints, including St. John Paul II and St. Maximilian Kolbe. Precisely in this scenario, the headquarters of EWTN Poland, a channel administered by the Catholic Vide et Crede St. John Paul II Foundation, was inaugurated in recent days. The event took place throughout the course of the program of the film festival organized by the same foundation. Among those present were religious authorities, EWTN delegates from different countries, and representatives of the Christian Media Center and Brazilian TV Canção Nova. The Rede Século 21 television channel also attended the event. On the occasion, the director of the Christian Media Center, Cristiano Assunção, signed a contract with EWTN Poland. The collaboration will enrich the programming schedule of the new channel with content, services and television broadcasts coming directly from the Holy Land. I believe the relationship between EWTN and the Christian Media Center of the Holy Land is like the human relationship we have. In every relationship we know, we admire, we share the joys and sorrows and feel united. We at EWTN Poland and all our partners see that the Christian Media Center is not only the place that unites so many cultures, so many languages, as evidenced by the spirituality that the Church should live in a unity, in a single faith as different cultures, languages and traditions.
Christian Media Center ha una missione che non può sostituire nessun'altra televisione.
The Christian Media Center has a mission that no other television can duplicate. It is a bridge between the land of Jesus and the Christian countries of the world. That's why the mission of the Christian Media Center is so important for all the world countries. The Polish Episcopal Conference is very grateful that the message of the Holy Land will reach our country through the Christian Media Center and EWTN Poland.
Che tramite Christian Media Center, che EWTN Poland, arriva proprio nel nostro paese.
Cieszę się oczywiście z obecności Christian Media Center podczas otwarcia.
I am happy because the Christian Media Center has a Franciscan spirituality, just like that of EWTN Poland, founded by Mother Angelica Clarissa. So we must work closely together in a natural way. The materials and people we have in the Holy Land enrich us. I am very pleased that we have just signed a collaboration agreement. I think that not only we will take advantage of all that the Christian Media Center can provide us, having its seat in Jerusalem, but we can also share all that we hold precious in our culture in the Polish Church. St. John Paul II, who was from Poland, said that the world of social communications also offers unique opportunities which unite men in brotherhood and so help cooperate with the Lord's plan for the salvation of mankind, a teaching without a doubt we need to put into practice. Dizzying numbers for a unique work of its kind. 5 years of work, 800 hours of films, 60,000 people involved of 70 nationalities, 37 languages, 3,000 readers in 16,000 locations. A monumental multimedia work that tells the Catechism of the Catholic Church in images. "25 hours of movies divided into 46 episodes, which is the result of a project sponsored by the Pontifical Council for New Evangelization and which saw the contribution to the Holy Land by the Christian Media Center. John Kondriakai, director of the works, wanted to involve more than 200 professions in 5 continents through spectacular images shot all over the world, a way through modern means to bring young people closer to the gospel and the gospel to young people. On Wednesday, October the 31st, at the headquarters of the Franciscan Custodial Curia in Jerusalem, an exhibition was inaugurated to celebrate the canonization of Pope Paul VI, which took place on Sunday, October 14th in St. Peter's Square, a simple act of homage to the great Pope who became a pilgrim in the Holy Land from the 2nd to the 6th of January 1964. These were the words of Father Francesco Patton, Custos of the Holy Land.
È stato un viaggio importantissimo, prima di tutto perché era la prima volta dopo
It was a very important journey. First of all, because it is the first time since St. Peter left the Holy Land that a successor of his made a pilgrimage to the Holy Land. So it was an event that had a huge and extraordinary resonance. Then it was very important from the point of view of the Second Vatican Council, 10 years after Nobis in Animo. Pope Paul VI will say that he came here on purpose to pray, to give, we could say, a good push to the conclusion of the work of the Second Vatican.
alla conclusione dei lavori del Vaticano II.
Lo scopo un po' di questa mostra era naturalmente di insistere su.
The purpose of the exhibition was to illustrate the Pope who came to the Holy Land. We have these panels that illustrate the 11 sanctuaries where the Pope visited, plus 4 on the ecumenical side, where he carried out meetings with the heads of the other churches, with Athenagoras. We have highlighted the altar on which the Pope celebrated Mass in front of the shrine of the Holy Sepulchre. I would like, as a liturgist, to remember that Paul VI gave the shrines the privilege of confirming the Mass of the day, but also as a whole for the churches to celebrate Mass suitable to the site. So the Pope celebrated the Mass of the Resurrection before the Edicule.
Al luogo dove il Papa ha celebrato quindi davanti all'edicola la Messa della Risurrezione.
In all the sanctuaries he visited, he left or imprinted a recollection of his pilgrimage. Worn stoles and vestments, sacred vessels, and special gifts. In the presentation of the lecturers is the content and the meaning of this historic pilgrimage. In his speech, Archbishop Leopoldo Girelli, nuncio in Israel and Cyprus and apostolic delegate of Jerusalem and Palestine, wanted to reflect on the visit of Pope Paul VI and the Second Vatican Ecumenical Council. Father Claudio Bottini, however, emphasized the echo of memories, the surprise of the announcement of the journey and the concrete gestures. This visit should be for the purpose of rendering honor to Jesus Christ, a true pilgrimage defined as very rapid and with a character of simplicity, piety, penance and charity. In just 4 days he visited the main sanctuaries of salvation. Father Bottini also recalled important and significant encounters such as the one with the King of Jordan, who welcomed the Pope with exceptional cordiality and accompanied his movements by personally piloting an escort helicopter.
Dal suo aereo il Papa invia messaggi di saluto alle popolazioni e ai governanti. Atene, Ankara, Nicosia, Beirut, Damasco.
The meeting with the Israeli authorities and especially with the Ecumenical Patriarch of Constantinople Athenagoras at the Apostolic Delegation in Jerusalem on the Mount of Olives. The image of the embrace between these two guides of the Church has become almost an icon of subsequent developments in ecumenical relations between Catholics and Orthodox. For Father Bottini, those who have faith cannot fail to see the direction of providence leading the Church and its pastors. So many wonderful memories like this were captured by Monsignor Giacinto Marcuzzo, who himself is recognized in one of the photos of the time. Yes, I was a minister during the Pope's visit to the Holy Sepulchre. I was carrying the cross in the midst of an enormous confusion. Images and testimonies recovered from the archives of the Custody of the Holy Land. In the archive we have several documents. The most precious are this press review prepared by the custody of that period before and during the visit. There were brothers in charge, not only Franciscans, but of different congregations as Dominicans, and there were nuns. They made communications for the media. It was very important because this was the first visit of a pope, the first time in history, and many things were not known. So the custody is committed to creating this office. We also have documents collected after the visit, because all the means of communication in the world have written articles, made reports on the Pope's visit. This exhibition was only possible thanks to the large number of professionals who dedicated their time and passion in covering the first trip of a Pope to the Holy Land, and those who still work today to preserve the historical memory of this event. And for us it is a joy to see that Pope Paul VI has become Saint Paul VI, and we can venerate him as a saint, and we can also say a prayer to him as an intercessor. We wanted so much to live in the Holy Land, and we ask him to continue to intercede, and perhaps even through his intercession we can benefit from a little more dialogue. He was the Pope of dialogue, and through his intercession even a little more peace comes to these places. It was a great desire of Pope Paul VI.
Un po' più di pace giunga in questi luoghi.